so we are undersupply, but at the same time we are also hitting recession. How does that look like? Both sides seems very uneven. So with that, we're going to dive straight to topic number 1, 2023 landscape. In 2023, a lot of people or the media outlook are saying that it doesn't look good. Why so? With the upcoming so-called recession that everybody is talking about, right? Especially so with that. And also, will price remain high with that economic outlook, as well as the pop-up in demand despite that uncertainty? Okay, so we are undersupply, but at the same time we are also hitting recession. How does that look like? Both sides seems very uneven. And next thing, we then talk about higher property taxes for most homeowners from 2023 if they are buying for investment. In fact, we are seeing annual value of 60,000 above, property taxes will be increased by almost 7%, and that is a very high figure, which we'll be doing some illustration for you later on to show you how it was like before and today. And thirdly, we talk about home loan rates, right? The high interest rate going as high as what? TDSR, we're using 4.5% today, and interest rate was as high as 4%, and today we are looking about 3.6, 3.7%. So in this article by Straits Times, they are talking about continue to be this high before dipping in year 2024. So we are expected to see this 3%, 4% for the next 12 months. And how are we going to mitigate to get this through? So over here, we've talked about new launch. Is it a bit too much right now? So if you look at it over by Square Foot Research Portal, you could see that PSF went up by 40.3% over the last 12 calendar months from 2021 August to 2022 December, seeing a price of $2,518 per square foot average for the new home prices. And if you were to compare from the another segment, which is the resale segment, we see prices to be only at $1,486 per square foot. And effectively, if you are buying something that's 1027 square foot in the resale segment, prices will weigh around 1.52 million only. But of course, if you are using that same PSF for the new homes, meaning 2,518 per square foot for a 1027 square foot unit, likely we'll be seeing about 2.6 million, right? And with the new homes and resale differences of price gap, we are looking at about 70% price differences right now. So with that in mind, we are also seeing this for many HDB upgraders who wants to upgrade, seeing themselves being priced out from the new home segment. So this group of buyers are right now shifting more towards the resale market to enjoy that so-called entry price so that they could upgrade without much stress, especially with the high interest rate, right? Okay, so we are, of course, with this article as well, they are sharing that the resale segment will see much more transaction volume with this so-called silver lining. All right, so with that, we're just going to go through, is really resale the way to go? So new launch versus resale price gap as of third quarter 2022. What are we saying here? That new launch average per square foot in Q3 2022 were around 2,359 per square foot. As you can tell here, this is based on the quarter-to-quarter chart for new launches from year 2020 first quarter to 2022 third quarter. All right, and for the resale side, we are saying $1,487 per square foot. And effectively, if you were to look at a 3-bedder for 1,000 square foot unit, new launch will probably cost 2.359 million for a 3-bedroom. And for the resale, it only costs about 1.487 million. And that is a difference of 872,000 for savings, or for people who talk about not overstretching their home loan. So with that in mind, next thing, how much undersupply are we at right now? So over here, let's look at this article by Stack Homes. They talk about property prices will remain high in 2023. And why the property undersupply will prop up demand despite the economic uncertainty. So over here, what they're trying to say here is that prices will still continue to rise despite uncertainty in the macro environment. So over here, we then talk about property price indexes. That's what we are comparing with on the right axis here, as you can follow my cursor. Okay, these are the property price indexes. And on the left side here is the transaction in terms of inventory that's available in the new home segment without landed property as part of the illustration here. So as you can see, when 20,000, follow my cursor, as you can see 20,000 inventory, as we are going downwards, when we hit the 15,000 mark over here, follow the blue line, which is in 2021 second quarter, we saw that the prices in terms of property price indexes also went up over here. So once property inventory reach 15,000 or lower, we start to see prices shooting upwards. In this instance, how much higher did we see? You can see that in terms of PPI itself, it went from 160 decibel point to as high as 190 decibel point in this instance. Okay, and of course it's continued to go downwards and downtrend to third quarter 2022, and the inventory in third quarter 2022 is almost only 5,000 remaining unit in the new home segment. Okay, so over here we then talk about the upcoming GLS in the Hillview parcel. Effectively, we are seeing a lot of property developer being very highly hesitant and resistant to bid even in the Hillview site, which is a very good site because it's near the Hillview MRTs as well, but only seeing 5 bids. Okay, and with that, a lot of so-called market players were also saying that back then traditionally, it takes 10 years as a cycle for a developer to buy, rush, build, and sell everything before a ABSD deadline, and then start this cycle again. But right now, this cycle happens to be shortened to 5 years, which means if you learn from my masterclasses, we always talk about transaction volume equals price appreciation, right? So what it means here is that that volume will then be taken up in the shorter span of 5 years instead of 10 years. Which also means that your property prices will be increased double quick time given this shortened in timeline. Okay, and this is very important because we will then use this marker to then determine where our prices is going to go in the next 3 years or even 5 years. So next thing, we also talk about the en-bloc sales that is happening on the ground, and rumor has it that the sentiment is a lot more weaker and slower than expected than before. Okay, so en bloc may still continue but not as exponential as what it was started 18 months ago.